Excuse me if I sound all stopped up, but my allergies are killing me. So, the first thing we want to go over today would be the questions that you had to do yesterday. Number one, all living things can respond to their environment, grow and reproduce, and maintain a stable internal environment. All of those are true, so it would be D, all of the above. Viruses can evolve, so they are alive. That is true. Viruses invade a cell and kind of hijack it and take over the cell metabolism. And they can change based on their conditions that they're exposed to. Number three, all organisms grow by increasing the number of their cells. That is false, because single cell organisms do not increase the number of their cells, they just divide to create a new cell. 4. Select all possible answers. Which characteristics of life do all living things share? And that would be they maintain a stable internal environment, they respond to their environment, and they grow and reproduce. So it was A, B, C, and D. A, B, and C. There is no D. 5. Fewer species have gone extinct than are alive today. That is false. Number 6. All living things try to maintain a stable internal environment that is known as homeostasis. 7. Which process maintains a stable internal environment? That is homeostasis. Number 8. Where do animals get their energy? And that would be from eating plants and or other animals. All living things grow and develop. That is true. Why doesn't your body freeze when it's very cold outside? We're kind of magnificent beings who have all these built-in controls. So when it's very cold, we actually shiver. And that comes from an internal response, and that allows our core temperature or our inside temperature to elevate. And this is through the process of homeostasis. Okay, so that was yesterday's questions. Now let's look at today's assignment. I could have clicked on the link, but obviously sort of brain dead today. All right. So there's going to be an ed puzzle on the characteristics of life. It's linked right here. It can also be found in your assignments or your to-do list. If I were you and I made a lousy grade, I'd do it again. I think you're able to do that. We're going to start our study of protist, and it's very important to understand the vocabulary, actually the vocabulary for this 9 weeks and the next 9 weeks. It's very important, and a lot of it will be words that you're not familiar with. So I'm going to start front loading you, which means I'm going to teach you the vocabulary before the lesson. So what I want you to do is I want you to write down the words, write down the definition, and draw the picture. There are several of these, so you can divide the vocabulary list between today and tomorrow, because tomorrow's assignment will be kind of short as well. You're going to log into Quizlet and you're going to open the produce vocabulary. Now, if you've not joined my YVA class, here's the link. And let me go to Quizlet and show you. There are 16 of these words. It's probably better if you don't do the flashcards, but you do this part. So a flagellum is a long, hair-like part that produce use to move. It's like a whip, and they move it back and forth to sense their environment. Cilia are tiny, hair-like parts that help a produce move. They'll be on the outside, and they also, this is the opening for food in this produce. They also kind of swish the food into this area. A pseudopod is a temporary false foot of cytoplasm that helps a produce move and eat. And if you've ever got those little things out of the 25-cent machine and it looks like, I don't know, kind of slimy, and you throw it on the wall and it'll kind of slide down the wall and it stretches out. That's what pseudopods remind me of. It's like a false foot. And what happens is this cytoplasm, that's the stuff that's inside this produce, it slides and changes shape so that it can help it move and eat. A protozoan is a heterotrophic produce that is able to move like an animal. Eukaryotic is the type of cell that has a nucleus, and protists have this type of cell. Unicellular means it's made of one cell. Uni is a prefix meaning one. Multicellular, it's made of many cells. Again, multi is a prefix that means many. A pathogen is any organism that causes a disease, and some protists that we will study are pathogens. Binary fission is making two offspring from one parent. Actually, the one copies its material and divides into two distinct identical organisms. Chloroplast is what makes plants green, and it's where photosynthesis happens in an autotroph, and an autotroph is able to produce its own food. Well, there you go. An autotroph, an organism like algae, diatoms, and euglena that can make their own food and oxygen. A heterotroph is an organism that cannot make its own food and must consume like silates or decompose things like slime mold. Euglena is a protist that moves by flagellum and is known for its eye spot. Here is its eye spot, and an eye spot can help detect light. An amoeba is a type of protist characterized by great flexibility in the presence of pseudopodia. That just means more than one pseudopod. Volvox is a green, single-celled aquatic organism that forms minute, free-swimming spherical colonies. So you have, these are like individual volvox. They group together and form a large one. We're going to talk about these protists individually here in more detail. A paramecium is a unicellular ciliated protozoan, and ciliated means that it has cilia that help it move. So what I would like for you to do, and you can divide this into today and tomorrow, you don't have to do it all today, is I would like for you to write the word, the definition, and draw a picture. And please put some color on your picture because it'll help you remember. Have a good day.